My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 3rd, 2024. It is 2:04 a.m. I've been going through Twitter to look for tweets to share with you. There's really not that much, but I came across about 13 tweets, but I divide them into two different videos. So the first one, which I'm doing right now, will be on this channel. So there are about 6 tweets, and it focuses on NPR, Will Lewis, and some stuff about the Left Behinders. And then the next video, I have about 7 tweets. It has to do with Harry and Meghan's interview with CBS and their visit to Colombia, and 2 tweets, just random tweet. One about Simone Biles and one is a video with James Baldwin. Okay, so let's get started. Let me grab the first link. I think I have it already, but let me grab it anyway. Okay, so let's look at these numbers. Feel free to skip. You don't have to watch this part. Okay, 4,412 subscribers. I think yesterday was 4,411. So 1 subscriber has added, so welcome. And estimate revenue, just look at yesterday's video, see if anything changed. I don't remember what the numbers was, but it was in the $123.77. And I realized that when those important videos that have, I don't know, I don't want to clickbait type of thumbnails, or don't say, or how will I say that? Don't put things on the thumbnails that has nothing to do with the video. So I think sometimes my thumbnails trigger YouTube to, how will I say that? Not really, how do they call it? Like to have people watch it or something like that. They suppress that video. So I don't know. I'm not about clickbait or try to trick people of what's in the video and what's not and things like that. So I don't know. I try my best to be as truthful as possible to the best of my abilities. All right, analytics. Okay, 1,365 views in the last 48 hours. Okay, these are the numbers. Let's go on Twitter. Yeah, so I've already had that. This is the first tweet. Ex-UK Prime Minister says Washington Post should reconsider publisher NPR. Alright, so that's regarding Will Lewis. I'm gonna go over that article, and I think the next tweet making reference to it. So there are no comments here. This is extra. These are other things, and Victus, and this is talking about Meghan and things like that. But let me like them just in case, I want to come back to them or something. Alright, so let's go on the article. This is it. I have it open already. Okay, and the link will be in the description. UK police reviewing accusation against Washington Post publisher. That was August 1st, 2024. Was the author David Fauconflick. London, Scotland Yard has opened a preliminary inquiry into allegations that Washington Post publisher and chief executive Will Lewis obstructed justice 13 years ago as he helped Rupert Murdoch grapple with a escalating phone hacking scandal at his UK tabloid. I won't be surprised. Okay, I think I spoke about this where I said most likely, in my humble opinion, based on past experience with very important issues that the police should be looking at. They claim they're gonna look at it, and then next thing you know, it disappears. You have Will Lewis is not a royal, so who knows Prince Andrew and Charles regarding those bags of money, and with Andrew regarding Virginia Godfrey, everything disappeared. But yet, he has to pay Andrew, that is, couple $1,000,000 for the thing to not go to court. And he did a lot. If you go through some of my videos, you'll see some of the things that Prince Andrew did in regard to his case against Virginia Godfrey in the United States. Okay, he argued with the courts, did all sort of things, and these are not cheap to do all of this. And then at the end, when they realized, they meaning the royal family and Andrew, New York, the judge is not budging, because one of the things the judge said, as long the person said no, that was good enough for him to continue with the case. And then when Andrew and the rest of the royal family realized that, nothing is gonna change the judge's mind, and he decided to settle with Virginia Godfrey. But yet the police didn't see anything. Right? Next thing you know, everything disappeared. Charles, bags full of money. Investigation. What happened to it? Disappeared. Next thing you know, Charles like, oh, I'm not gonna be taking cash of money anymore. Okay, like a freaking child. He knows exactly what he was doing. Everything disappeared. Now with Rupert Murdoch, by his side, and for him not to speak, two things could happen. One of them I'm not gonna say, and one that is gonna disappear. I don't wanna say things then people think I'm, trying to instigate things. But anyway, let's continue. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown himself, a target of hacking by the tabloid, announced the news in a piece in The Guardian. Blazing across the top of every edition of the Washington Post is the statement, "Democracy dies in the darkness," Brown wrote. But what if the publisher himself is a master of the dark arts? As first reported in The Guardian, the police commissioner wrote to Brown that the review, which had been requested by the former prime minister, would be handled by a special inquiry team. Brown says that the team sits under the Central Specialist Crime Command. The inquiry represents the most serious threat yet to Lewis, standing atop the Washington Post, one of the most august institution in American journalism. Since Lewis assumed the role in January, he has been dogged by allegations stemming from this year's old scandal. He has previously boarded denied wrongdoing but declined to comment through a spokesperson. News UK, where Lewis works, says in a statement that Brown is seeking to persuade police to take side in a public debate in relation to media accountability and help plaintiffs suing the company. British police told CNN in a statement there is no criminal investigation at this time. A meeting with police over deleted email, the inquiry center on events in 2011, the Murdoch tabloid had for years hacked into the phone data and otherwise illegally obtained the private records of celebrities, including Prince Harry, government officials, and ordinary people in search of juicy scoop. As private lawsuits piled up, police had opened investigations. Soon after joining News UK, Lewis became a chief liaison to the police. Records submitted in lawsuit against News UK showed that police questioned Lewis and Chief Tech Officer Paul Chisborough in July 2011 about the deletion 6 months earlier of millions of emails which plaintiffs suspected held evidence of the crimes. I shared that conversation in one of my videos. There's some abbreviation in that particular conversation. I didn't know what it means. Like, I think NI or DI or something like that. I wasn't sure what they mean. But anyway, let's continue. When police asked why the email were deleted, Lewis and Chisborough said they had been told that Brown and another member of parliament had plotted to pay a former News UK staffer to acquire the email of its chief executive, Rebecca Brooks. Brown and former MP Tom Watson deny any such plan. We got a warning. Oh my God. We got a warning from a source that a current member of staff had got access to Rebecca's email and had passed them to Tom Watson, Lewis said. According to police notes of that meeting later revealed in court, then the source came back and said it was a former member of staff and the email had definitely been passed and that it was controlled by Gordon Brown. This added to our anxieties. Tom Watson has been remarkably well informed on this, Lewis added, according to the notes. We apologize for hiding this piece of work from you. Capitalization and spelling reflect those in the original notes. Okay, so that was a side note. Beyond single email sent by Chisborough describing the supposed plot, News UK has not provided any evidence to validate the existence of the source, much less substantiate the allegation. Chisborough is now one of the most senior figures in Murdoch's Fox Corp in New York. Okay. Spokesperson referred comment to News UK. Both are controlled by the Murdoch family. Okay, so that's that. Lawyers representing a large cohort of people suing News UK, including Watson, contended in court earlier this week that Lewis had fabricated a fake security threat to justify the deletion of millions of emails during a police investigation. Lewis is not a defendant in the lawsuit, and its statement, News UK says the company believed the security concern to be genuine and it was not used as justification for deleting the emails, notwithstanding the police notes documenting that July 2011 meeting. It strongly denies that it tried to impede or conceal evidence from police. News UK also pointed to a Crown Prosecution Service statement from 2015 that he had found no evidence to suggest the email were destroyed in order to pervert the course of justice. Then why then? A rocky start atop the Post. Late last year, Washington Post owner Jeff Bezos named Lewis to head the acclaimed but financially struggling newspaper. Lewis had led Murdoch's Wall Street Journal to firm footing with successful acceleration of digital subscriptions. In December, the month before Lewis started his new role, NPR reported on allegations against Lewis as fleshed out in greater detail in material that have been recently presented in court. Subsequent court development this spring led the Post itself to cover the cases. Those stories were a point of tension between Lewis and then executive editor Sally Busby. He offered her a different role in the newsroom. She chose to leave. And early, I read about this. If you look at some past, some past videos where I read, I think, byline articles and things like that, it explained all of that. Okay, he offered her a different role in the newsroom. She chose to leave. In early May, Brown personally wrote to the police commissioner asking for a criminal investigation into Lewis' role in the email deletions. Alright, so that's that. Okay, so I believe there was no more comments. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. I don't know why Jeff Bezos keep him. It's like there's no American that could fill in the position. I don't understand. All right, next tweet. It's making reference to the same article and I'm not gonna read it again. Okay, so this is someone who's making reference to it. News: Scotland Yard has opened a criminal inquiry into the action of Washington Post publisher Will Lewis while police were investigating phone hacking and other crimes at Rupert Murdoch tabloid in 2011. My story from London for NPR and Thread. So it was him who voted. So that's him who voted. That was August 1st, 2024. What's the author? David Folkenflik. Okay. Lawyers for Prince Harry and leading politicians allege Lewis ordered millions of emails destroyed. They also say he concocted a false alibi to justify that. Month later, he told police of a tip that a former prime minister schemed to steal email from Murdoch's CEO in the UK. Lewis has denied all wrongdoing but has not commented on this detail. Murdoch's News UK says the concern was real, though a consultant found no sign of tampering. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown denied the scheme. His complaint to Scotland Yard led police to open the new inquiry. Okay, so that's me here. I would not be surprised to see this investigation disappear. Hopes and dreams on a string. Right, yeah, that needs to do a hard time. They haven't opened a criminal inquiry. Try to be accurate. British police told CNN in a statement there is no criminal investigation at this time. A meeting with police over deleted email, the inquiry centered on events in 2011. The Murdoch tabloid had for years hacked into the phone data and otherwise illegally obtained the private records of celebrities, including Prince Harry, government officials, and ordinary people in search of juicy scoop. As private lawsuits piled up, police had opened investigations. They haven't opened a criminal inquiry. Try to be accurate. Alright, so there's that. Hold my beer, young man. Willie Lewis is one of my best fixer. You should want a penultimate fixer like Willie. God help us. God help us. Okay, so there's probably more comments, but let's move on. Alright, next one. They know exactly what they're doing. They have, you know what, let me not go into that. Alright, next tweet. Funny that since none of the big four senior royals can carve out time from their August vacation to go to Southport, suddenly comforting grievant parents isn't part of the job according to royalists. I ask again, what do these people do? I responded to it. I was like, collect money is hard work. You have to wake up there's the word here, day to think of a scheme to con the people. That's hard work then, you know. 7 people like it and 1 retweet. When the royals have media sycophant who write pluff like devotion to duty and service and dedicated to royal duties while they do the bare minimum, they must think their mere existence for the unwashed masses is enough. And until the masses say enough, it will be. Look at this. You see all that's things I'm not showing. There's like riot, people throwing things everywhere. So I've learned the pattern so well. When major things is happening, like the ITV, interviews regarding that same topic, the phone hacking, and now you have investigation going on. Okay, I believe they have a group of people to start chaos. Unfortunately, every single person in the UK is at the crosshair of that. They don't care who. They just want people to be angry. Once you start being angry, they blame people for whatever. Typically, what I've seen in the UK is immigrant, black, and brown people coming to their shore. That's always their issues. Okay? So while the main topic of issues that's going on, people's focusing on the other things. Whatever manufactured things that they started to get the people upset to create chaos. Okay, let me read some more and then that's it. They lay around drinking whiskey and gossip. They only step out to get some fresh air and laugh at the imbecile contributing to the circus. Okay, a pat on the back, a handshake on a pat on the back, a handshake, one hello, wave and smile, job done. Why should they do anything? British people pay handsomely without care. Yep, that's exactly that. Alright, yet Kate was so desperate to go to Sarah Everett vigil, she broke COVID restriction. Okay, I literally can't imagine being a royalist or voter rat and having to report that instead of the royals showing compassion for their peasant, they're instead flying via private plane to Paris to watch sports. Not only that, and I think it's after they see it was reported, which I share in one of my videos, could be on PYTE. The other royals, the Dutch and the Netherlands royals, were at Paris, and I think they left already. They came to the open ceremony and stayed for a couple of days, and then I think they left already. Okay, after the queen died, the whole family just gave up trying. Alright, white spot attending state banquet, garden parties, and horse riding, glitzy event, and hobbling around at the cost of taxpayers' money. I don't know, the people in the UK don't see that. Okay, this is the last one. Let's pause that. Did they not watch The Crown? The damage the Queen not going to Aberfan did, even after Prince Philip had visited. The reaction to that disaster reflected how unmoved the Windsors are by other people's tragedy. Clearly, the apple didn't fall far from the unfeeling tree. Alright, so let's go to the next one. They don't care. Look at this. Even when Princess Diana died, wasn't the Prime Minister who sort of forced the Queen to say something? I don't know. They don't care. Alright, next one. Okay, it is going to be a very bad look for the British royal family if William or Kate show up at the Olympics before a senior royal show up in Southport. Okay, so that was a retweet of this. What? She's going to Paris. She should be in Southport now, talking to these poor bereaved families and others with critical injury relatives in hospital. Okay, I saw the thing that's going on, but I didn't look too much into it, so I don't have to give as example. But whatever, all I know is just distraction. Unfortunately, there's some victims within that distraction. Okay, before Harry and Meghan tabloid will have absolutely slammed them for it, but watch them praise their bravery for appearing at the games. Something is truly rotten in that country. Alright, the light over there. Okay, what's this obsession with male tennis? Is it in her divorce clause that she's only permitted to make public appearance at these? Very weird. Okay, I don't know. What happened? Wimbledon is done, so I don't know what she's making reference to. King Charles III staked his claim on Southport by sending his well wishes. Things 1 and 2 have to go for the sport PR, which has worked so well for them in the past. Frankly, giving her the Everett debacle played out, it's best that she's still clear. No empathy at all. She doesn't care. Something bad happened in December. Don't believe it's cancer. I don't know. That cancer thing, please. I don't think so. But if you look at past videos where many of you guys were telling me you don't even talk about her and but I put my 2 cents together. Anyway, just in case. But it's just distraction again.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
Alright, she can do or do not do anything she wants to keep her mouth shut. Okay, COVID is running rampant in Paris. Is it? I didn't know that. Isn't Kate's immune system allegedly compromised by her alleged cancer treatment that looked like plastic surgery? Oh my god. Okay, oh look at this, there's oh my god here. OMG, don't even go there. They're going to the Olympic, but they haven't visited the area where children were murdered and many others are injured. Don't they can't be that stupid. Alright, well, reports suggest they'll go to Paris for August 5th. Let's see if they change their mind, because we all know their staff and the British press follow what Sussex supporters say and course correct. It's not the first time it's happened. Okay, that's an ad. Let's move on. Next one, and I have one more tweet left, and then I'll do another video on PYTE. A little bit more fun thing, more fun video. Next week, the monarchy Charles' reign is being defined by how they react to Harry and Meghan. That's the power of Harry and Meghan. Charles doesn't want them in the UK. Cut their security because they get all the attention. He tagged Kensington Royal and Royal Family. Did I black that one? Yep, all of them. Okay, it's funny because they thought being nasty, hateful, and taking their security was going to slow the Sussexes down, then get the result they wanted. We just need to keep on praying for them. That's all I know. Okay, it's backfiring on the royal, with people laughing at Charles, crying about not seeing Archie and Lily when he is the one who made it impossible. Alright, I couldn't have agreed with you more. Alright, so that's that, and that's this. My last one. I forgot what the last one is about. Okay, silly derangers, we will never let you bully the Sussexes in peace. Alright, that's a retweet. Derangers demanding Harry and Meghan to target the Sussex squad. Derangers demanding Harry and Meghan to target the Sussex squad if they care about online bullying while bullying Harry and Meghan at the same time. There's a laugh here. The main fan base who started to expose the abuse. You think we will let you abuse them freely? Oh my god, if you look at the videos from CBS, the moment the video came out, you will not believe the crazy things that I was reading. I had to block a whole bunch of them. Whatever I come across that was deranged, I had to block them. There's me here putting. Here's one I just responded to. They want to hate and peace, but at least one of us counter-blocked them on their hating spree. They don't like it. So there's me here. I think I covered this, but for the sake of this video, let me go into it. Alright, so there's that. You see, I blocked them. That's regarding the Columbia invitation. I'm not gonna read that again. Let's see here. All right, children are being, there's this and all of that. You could read this. I think I covered it already. There's me responding. Let me just read it. Children are being killed in Britain. Nobody gives a damn donkey F. There's the word here. About too ugly. There's that. Pretending to be royal too. There's all of this word here. All right, so that's me here responding to that. People like you then said a damn thing when King Charles III, the heir, and Piers Morgan kicked him out of the UK. If Harry and Meghan were in the UK, I'm sure they will have help. They are focusing on things that they want to. Go take your complaint to your king and the heir. Will should have time to solve your problem because he's not president of the Football Association. And there's all of the receipt here. All right, and the person came back. And I was like, whatever makes you feel happy in your head. People like you have some really mental issues to keep on following someone you don't like. Be in your deranged bubble. And that was that. And I was done with that. And I blocked them too. Alright, so I think that's it. Oops. You know what? Let me put the link again. Oh, what is this? Okay, so this is extra. I'm done with the derangers who wants to bully Harry and Meghan in peace. So let's see this one here. There has, since I was done, but since I'm talking about the negative, the harsh topics on Twitter, I might as well put this in. Let's see here. She's so right. Okay. Crockett, the only time that Trump seems to be challenged is when there is a black woman on the other side. Whether we are talking about Letitia James, Fannie Willis, the VP who will become the president, or those black women journalists. Okay, so let's listen to it. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Let's hear her talk. A minute and 40 seconds. It will be screenshots, okay?
One of the important points that I do want to make about NABJ and the fact that Donald Trump had to sit down for an actual interview, for actual journalism, this is what is so threatening for him. This is why in Project 2025, they don't want independent journalism.
I find it hard to see who is the winner here. I mean, Prince Harry goading the press is only, and forcing the press into humiliating payouts is not going to be particularly good for the Sussexes. And it's certainly not great for the press, which is on the hook. I think the total payouts for phone hacking and other illegal information gathering is up to $1 billion, and there are many, many more cases to try. So my point about all this is, I think we only have losers here, and it's in all our interests that we have a strong, vigorous and honest press. And if it was strong, vigorous and honest, I agree that the press would have reported more on the judgment, the Prince Harry judgment that came through on Friday, than it did. It was basically a broadcast story, far more than it was a print story. And of course, the print and broadcast are in competition, so you can sort of understand that. So my question is, who wins out of this? Has Prince Harry done the press lasting damage? Do you think that as a result of the judgment that went against Mirror Group newspapers, we're going to see some sort of state regulation of the press? I genuinely hope not. I don't want the press to be in the last chance saloon at all. I want to see newspapers thrive. This is my industry, and I think it's in all our interests that we have a thrive. And we got the most wonderful newspapers in the world in this country. You read the newspapers in the States or in France, they're very dull. They're not entertaining at all. I think that we can have both a serious and an entertaining press. And that's what I want to see survive. I don't want to see Prince Harry destroy the industry I love.
And the fact that Donald Trump had to sit down for an actual interview, for actual journalism, this is what is so threatening for him. This is why in Project 2025, they don't want independent journalism, which is one of those things that we value in a democracy.
Okay, the Bojo type of sister, when she's saying entertainment, this kind of thing, we recognize the BS that is being put out here. Okay? They want to ruin journalism. Is hitting the point right where it needed to be said. You know what? Let's start all over again.
One of the important points that I do want to make about NABJ And the fact that Donald Trump had to sit down for an actual interview, for actual journalism, this is what is so threatening for him. This is why in Project 2025, they don't want independent journalism, which is one of those things that we value in a democracy, is the freedom of press. And it's something that they are trying to make sure that we can turn back the hands of time on. This is why he loves a person like Putin, because Putin controls the propaganda. And that's what he's gotten out of Fox News. I thought that Fox News would decide that they would go back and want to do the right thing after they got sued for millions and had to pay up. But listen, so long as people are tuning in, they're making that money back again, and they continue to pretend to be, I call them faux news, right? Like they pretend to be actual journalists, but they're not. What we saw was actual journalism. And honestly, the only time that Donald Trump seems to be challenged is when there is a black woman on the other side, whether we're talking about Letitia James, or we're talking about Fani Willis, or we're talking about the vice president who will become the president.
These are the women that are prosecutors, one in New York, one in Georgia. That's who's going after him for his wrongdoing. They're not backing down from his stupidity. Okay, so let's continue.
Or we're talking about those black women journalists, such as Rachel, that decided that they were going to say, no, sir, and follow up and try to get answers. It's what we actually needed in the last debate. And if he does decide that he is going to come out from his scary little corner and debate the vice president, I do hope whoever ends up being the moderators, that they learn a thing or two and go back to what journalism looks like, and they hold his feet to the fire.
Exactly. Okay, so this is what's happening. I'm glad I came across it. Look at this. I started with Will Lewis nonsense that's going in the UK. All right. So don't forget the young black men Trump wanted to execute for a rape. It was proven they did not commit. Central Park 5, and I think one of them ran for office, and in New York, I think he won his election. Okay, Jimmy's always tell it like it is, and I love it. So refreshing. Okay, what is this now? Okay, I mean, strong women in general really throw him off his game. Okay, Donald is intimidated by strong, educated black women. It's a sexist, racist thing he has going on. So what is this now? Okay, black women, Kamala Harris, Letitia James, Fani Willis, and especially black women journalists seems to bring out the true side of the big, angry orange ape. Lest we forget who he is. Okay, what is that? This is 3 minutes. That's kind of long. What is that?
Thank you, Mr. President Trump, Your Majesty. I just want to say, on your behalf.
Let me stop. Okay, I do not want to answer to YouTube when I upload this video asking me if they're AI. I don't want to share this. This will have to be something by itself. Let me bookmark it just in case one day I decide to share it with you. But I don't want to respond to YouTube. Okay, Crockett isn't just a DI hire. She's a scorching base. No, she's not. Okay, she's cooking. We are proud of the black people. It's just the truth. They don't accept the truth. What you see happen in New York with Trump, I spoke about it in one of my videos, is due to information that AOC was asking. What's this guy's name? One of Donald Trump's fixer. He's now all of a sudden he's completely different. What's his name? Oh my God, let me look up his name. I forgot his name. As soon as I was gonna type his name, I remember. Michael Cohen. All right, when AOC was asking him question about how he price his buildings, and when it's time to, when he's selling, that all of a sudden the price went skyrocketed, and when he's buying, all of a sudden the value of the house or building, whatever it may be, is lower, back and forth and things like that. It's to those tough questions that AOC was asking Michael Cohen, and then there went investigation in New York regarding those information that was done in Congress, and then you see all of these things unravel. Okay, I spoke about that. Okay, all these started from proper question that was being asked in Congress. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And don't forget to check my merch, Zazzle and Spreadshop. Both of them have different things. One have puzzles and t-shirts and whatnot. Okay, if you want to support me, these are other ways you could help support me. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.